Okay, so now that you've learned how to play a simple song, you've learned how to do read the or learn the guitar, parts of the guitar. Next thing that you need to learn how to do is read tablature. Now, tablature is not reading music. Tablature is a way of communicating music. And let me give you an example of what that is exactly. Okay, so you'll see right here, this is standard reading music. And so when I say tablature, and it's a form of reading music, I'm not talking about these. This is standard notation. And I would recommend that every guitar player learn that. But that's not exactly what we're going to learn today. Tablature is much simpler than this. So, what is tablature? Okay, so what we have here is an example of tablature. And with this, what you'll see, it looks a lot different from what we were looking at before. Here we have lines with numbers on them rather than those notes that we had before. And if I can just kind of increase the size here, what you'll notice here, we have 6 lines. With standard notation, that which we were looking at before, you only have 5 lines and each line is a note. With tablature, each line is representing a string. And with this right here, you'll see here we have our 5th string right here. And the 5th string means our 5th string, this big string here, or the A string. And then the number that's on that 5th string, 3, refers to the fret. So what I'm playing then is I am playing the 3rd fret on the 5th string. Then you'll notice here, what we have here, if I can kind of highlight that in a better way, this one here, we have a 0. So that's the 4th fret, or 4th string rather, open. Next one is on that same string. You'll see how it's here on that same string. That's going to be the 2nd fret on the 4th string. 3rd fret on the 4th string. Then we come here, and again we come to that another string. We're on it. We've switched lines, so we're on that 3rd line. And so what you've probably seen so far is that we actually count when we're looking at this. We count from the 1st string. The top line here is our 1st string, and the bottom line down here is our 6th string. So you're reading from low notes all the way up to the high notes. So once again, when we see a number on a line, it's telling us the number represents the fret number, so 3rd fret, or it represents if it's a 0, like right here, that 0 would be just the 4th string open. The 0 here, 3rd string open, 0 here, 2nd string open. And so what we have then is we have numbers that represent the fret. 0 represents the string open. You only play the string that has a number on it, whether it's a number or a 0 there or not. And that is the basics of reading tablature. Now, tablature is something you're going to want to learn. In fact, here's how cool tablature is. Let's say I really like a song, so I type in Stairway to Heaven tabs. I just type in tabs, or you could type in tablature. Tabs is just short for tablature. What's so cool is that if you learn how to read tablature, you'll notice we get all of these different versions of it that come up, of Stairway to Heaven. So I like Stairway to Heaven, so I want to learn how to play it. Well, it turns out the music is already online for me, and all I have to do is type in Stairway to Heaven tabs. And then here we go. And I'm here at ultimateguitar.com, which is a pretty good site, has a ton of different options here. But here we have the tab, and you'll see it's laid out a little bit differently than the examples I was showing you, but nonetheless, it's the same thing. We would read this the same way. So you see like the 7th here that I highlighted, that's the 7th fret on the D string or the 4th string, and you would play that. Now, here's an example where you see the 7 here and the 6 here. They're stacked on top of each other. That means you would be playing those at the same time as one another. Basically, anything you want to learn how to play on, if it's a relatively famous song or known song, there's a good chance the chords or the tablature is going to be available to you online.